Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Just going to do a quick audio test here before we get stream underway. There we go, all working then. So here we are in the lovely cockpit of the 787. This plane feels really loud today, I don't know why. We are here, I think it's the old Alaska livery. I looked on PMDG's operations centre to see if they had one, because it's easier to download it from there than get one off the internet, and they had one, so I thought, yeah, we'll use that one. Before we do anything, I am just going to go ahead and check the settings, because as we know with the WestJet that we had, obviously they do change some of the settings per livery. That's how settings work in this aircraft. First of all though, sound. Master volume can come right down to 30. That's better. I prefer it on 30. Right, and then we want aircraft, equipment. All this stuff stays the same. It's based on what the game decides. Right, standby instrument. I prefer that sort of standby instrument, so we're having that. So we're just testing what we've got basically in here. I don't really mind about a lot of these things here. The important things are this. So we want GPWS, yes. We want it all to be turned on. Altitude call out on. I want to make sure it's all turned on, because we want GPWS call outs when we land. All of it turned on. We want it to say V1. And that's about it really. We'll say show radar, and we'll say show it in cyan. That should be about it now. Everything else is basically, you know, just set like that. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't bother me. So go into the FMC. Actually, no, not the FMC. This needs to go onto the FS actions. We'll go ahead and connect to Vatsim now. We're the only plane on the ground here in Kelowna. We are connecting. Call sign today is Alaska 2110, and then it'll be Alaska 2112 later on. So we are a B738, 737-800. It's the first time we're flying within the US pretty much for quite some time without the Dash 600 we'll be using. Right, so just got our first flight loaded in. That's all correct, so click file that. Okay, let's have a look at what we're doing in terms of our load today, and then we can get ourselves underway. We've got no charts here for Kelowna. I don't know, unfortunately ChartFox doesn't support Canada, and it wasn't loading the US, but the US, obviously you can use SkyVector for the US, so we've got no problem now with charts, got full charts. So, yeah, we have 162 people on board today. That's basically full then. Got 150 in economy and the full 12 in first class. Cargo today, we are taking 0, but we'll sort that out later once we look at our 0 fuel weight. So our 0 fuel weight today, oh great, this plane's in pounds, that's another thing we need to change. Didn't see that. PMDG setup, I think it's options, maybe. Simulation. Is it in here? No, it's not. So it's in aircraft then. Aircraft displays, probably. Oh, we want the round altitude dial there. That's cool. Okay, it's not in there then. There you go. Kilos. So this plane is now working in kilos, because that's what I've planned the flight in. Planned it in kilos. Right, now I can get the plane sorted. I need to change these settings before I load in the plane. I forget that like every livery has its own settings. Right, back into flight sim actions, payload. We're looking for 58.6 today on the 0 fuel weight. So we want to add What's that? 4,300 want to add. So that's 2150 in each. There we go, 58.6. That gives us a final load weight of 84.3. Load level. The ground weight is slightly too high. That's because we haven't loaded in the fuel that we've got today yet. Fuel is going to be 5.8. To get the exact number, I'll scroll up. 5797 is the exact amount. That's how much we're taking on board today. None in the centre tank, shouldn't think so. It's a very short flight, this one. Not quite as short as the next one, though. I didn't realise that Seattle to Portland was that short a flight. It's 120 miles. Like, I really didn't know it was that short. But what do you know? Right, also, I've then just realised I have forgotten to get Active Sky up. Let's start Active Sky then. I didn't realise that I forgot to do that. There we go. That might... Hopefully it all loads in immediately. Right, we'll move that over there. We're not going to bother loading in a flight plan. I've turned off that thing where it moans at you for not having a flight plan loaded. Right, CYLW, the weather here in Kelowna. Apparently it's raining. It's not raining. It's not raining at all. Okay, QNH here is 3037. Quite high pressure today. 3037. Transition altitude is obviously 18,000. We're only cruising at 16,000 today because we're going to be staying on the QNH the entire time today. Right, that's everything all done then in terms of this page. So this can go onto the doors page. We'll close the door and we'll get GSX up and running. One thing I also would like to do is I've realised we're missing out on some better airport scenery. If we turn that to extremely dense, we get full-on like jetways and everything, which is obviously nice to see. So that makes the scenery just look a little bit nicer. We have more buildings, more jetways, more everything like that. So now we're all ready to go. We'll go ahead and get GSX started and we can start getting this thing loaded up. So request boarding and then we'll get our route in here as well. So going to the FMC. We have 162 passengers GSX. Obviously we're running the latest AirAC, all good. Oh, there you go, there's a little freeze while they load in. Cool. Right, so I'm here on the ground in actually I forgot I can type. CYLW. We're going from CYLW down to KC, Seattle. ASA 2110, Alaska 2110, call sign today. We will be we're looking at the weather. We plan for runway 34, yep, that's spot on with the weather. Nice and calm down here actually, 0 degrees at 2 knots, runway 34 it is. We're not taking any SID out of here today, that's the plan. So make sure the departure is actually working. Yeah, cool. We're going direct to LW after that, which is Kelowna, LW. And then from LW we are jumping on V354. And we're taking that to YDC. And then we're jumping direct to Glazer. And then we're jumping on the, we're going to plan today for ILS 34 right. It's very quiet down in Seattle. There's nothing heading for Seattle currently. So we're going to plan, yep, ILS 34 right for now. And we're going to be taking the Glazer 1 with no transition, I don't think, as we are going straight from Glazer. Obviously, normally you would have a transition, but not today. Right, go to the legs page. Let's have a look at that. Actually, we'll get our weather radar working and we'll press that. Okay, we're not going to have the round dial either. It's not great. You get that sometimes in this plane. It's another setting that we need to change. Also, why have we not been reminded by GSX yet to like open any doors? I guess they're not ready yet for that. Because the cargo doors are already open and the passenger doors will follow. Right, PMDG setup, aircraft. Is it equipment? I've forgotten what it's meant to look like now. Displays. They want us to open the doors. Great. Where is it? I've forgotten totally what it's called. Oh, forget it. Right. We'll just deal with what we've got now. Right. No, not FMC. FS Actions. Doors. Open the doors so everyone can get on board. We'll have a look at today's route then before we do anything else. So we head straight out from LW to Grace. Yep, okay. And then to YTC, and then we hit to Glazer, and then Jackson, and then we head in. We've got vectors. We haven't got any ATC, so we won't be able to do that. We'll have to go from Heather. Oh, okay, I'll vector the thing manually then, because we can't go from Heather direct to Clues, because that's a bit weird. It'll cause us to go like that, and then a really sharp turn. So I'll vector us manually then, to get us sorted on that. We need to be 12,000 at Heather. Okay, 0 fuel weight, get in there. Reserves are going to be 2. Cost index today I haven't seen yet. Cost index is 57, according to Sim Brief. And we're going to go ahead and cruise at flight level 160. It's quite low. I don't really know why. Cruise winds are 322 at 021 today. So enable that. It's kind of odd why we're cruising at 16,000. I don't actually know, but that's what the game decided. No D-rates on takeoff. Quite a short runway here. Flaps 5 for takeoff. Set all this. V2 is 146. Get that tuned in there. Flight directors on. Left side, right side. Auto throttles on. Good. This thing's going to start moaning at us about various problems that it's got with our route. Right, that's everything all good to go then. All ready to go. And yes, that is everything all good and ready to go. So we'll make sure they go. Electric gens need to be on. Piso heats can come on. And that's about it for now. Oh, we'll make sure the packs are off for engine start. And everything else we can just go ahead on. The APU's already on because I haven't switched on to ground power. I didn't realise that, but I won't bother switching it now. It is quite cloudy down here in Kelowna. We have clouds overcast at 6,000 feet. Weather down in Seattle, we have a few clouds at 5,000 feet, altimeter 1032. No wind at all, 0 at 0 knots, so wind is calm. Going to be using runway 34 at the moment is the current plan. So we'll go ahead and tune ourselves onto Unicom now. 122.8. And we are basically ready to go. Get this into that page, scroll it down a little bit. We'll get the TCAS on and working, may as well. 2,200 on there. And the weather radar needs to be set to weather and turbulence. And there we go, we're all ready to go. This can go up to 160. This can be set to our takeoff runway, 34. Okay, VNAV's working. We haven't got LNAV. Any reason why, game? Haven't set anything up wrong, have I? Because if I have, then that'll show. But oh yeah, we need to set the trim as well to 4.62.
Morning. Morning. The sea boarding council, please. Thank you.
Okay, 4.62 on the trim. Press B to reset the barrow, make sure it's all correct. And port brakes to the RTO position. Right, how's the baggage getting along? Baggage has finished. So we'll close both them doors. How's boarding coming along? It's a nice livery, this, actually. It's a very nice livery. Why are they full of baggage? That makes me suspicious. They're driving away, but they're full of baggage. You're meant to be boarding, not deboarding. Okay. 127 out of 162 are boarded. So we'll go ahead and get our fuel pumps on. and our beacon light can also come on. Make sure we're nice and ready.
Thank you.
We're expecting 235 miles, 239. That's pretty good. We're okay with that. So everything is all good. Everything's all ready to go. We're just going to do a quick check here. Check the recall. We'll probably get a little bit back here at the moment. So we'll check again. We have still got things like that. Oh yeah, the hydraulics. Let's go ahead and set that up to 16,000.
Hello.
So all this is checked. And we'll start this once we taxi, make sure the rest of it's okay. So we're just waiting on the last of the passengers to be boarded. We'll prepare for pushback and departure, and we're going to go ahead and push back to the right, head down here, down there, and then go off runway 34, which is there. So yeah, we should be all good, all ready to go. So just waiting on the last bits from GSX, and then we can get out here. If for some reason we haven't got Almav, I don't know why, but we haven't. So currently there's absolutely nothing heading for Seattle apart from us. We've got there's 3 planes currently, there's 3 planes currently pre-filed down there. Right, boarding has been complete, so the Tro's going to drive up now, and we'll be able to get ourselves out of here. Right, close both doors.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
And this can go into the FMC progress page. And there we are all ready to get ourselves out of here. The overlay's working all good. We have closed the doors, GSX, so don't worry. Apparently it's meant to be raining here, but we don't appear to have any rain right now. What's the active weather? Cloudy. That makes sense. Oh, there has been an update of weather. It is now cloudy, okay. And Seattle seems to have quite up-to-date weather. So we're all good for the weather. A bit cloudy, but apart from that, we're okay. We're going to go right on the pushback. Oh, remove wheel chocks. Is that... Okay, that's interesting. Don't they normally remove on their own? I don't think I normally do that, do I? There we go, wheel chocks.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Also, I just realised it's the fact that I normally have external power to turn off. In this case, we didn't. Right, engine 1 ground, and we'll go ahead and start the block time. Get the engine thing up. Yeah, cruising today at 16,000. It's probably because of the restriction on our start. I don't know. It's what was given to us by GSX. Right, introduce fuel to number 2. We'll start powering at number 1 now. If for some reason Almav's not starting to work today, it'll work out once we pass 400 feet. We'll just have to deal without flight directors for the first 400 feet, I think. We should be okay though. Right, passing 20, introduce fuel to number 1. No need to announce anything on Unicom, as we are the only thing in Kelowna. We're the only thing heading to or from Kelowna. It's quite an empty airport, really. Right, that engine's gone into the off position, so we can put that into the continuous position. We'll set flaps. 1, 2, 5. And this can go into the continuous position as well. Engine power on, APU can come off, chime on, seatbelt signs on. We should have done that earlier.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brakes on.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Yeah, we've had good engine start. Cool. That means we are now all ready to go. We've set flaps 10 somehow. There we go. We're going back to 5. And the packs can come back into the auto position. I can check the recall now. As you can see, we are all good, all clear. And now still doesn't want to work, but whatever. Right, check down here. Yes. Line lights will be set at the runway. Guard taxi lights on now.
Unlocking gear.
And that is us ready to depart from Kelowna
Tow truck disconnected.
for the first flight of today. And then once we're at 16,000, we'll go ahead and check. Check. Processing. We'll go ahead and check our approach once we're at cruise. It won't take as long to get to cruise as we're only cruising at 16,000 today, and then on the second flight we're cruising at 17,000. I don't know the reason for the low cruising altitude on this first flight. The second flight I understand, because it's a very short flight, but this one I don't know why we're cruising so low. It's what SimBrief, I did run it through SimBrief twice to make sure it wasn't an error, because sometimes that happens where it'll plan a silly altitude for you. But nope, it was the genuine one that it wanted us to go at. Right, go a little bit of power, and then knock back the power then once we get moving. So just going to head straight down here and get ourselves out of Kelowna and into Seattle. About a 50-minute flight time the first flight, second flight's about 35 minutes apparently. Or at least that's what we're thinking. So yeah, we're doing 2 flights today. Don't always do 2 flights, but we are today. Right, turn to the left. We haven't got any ATC currently. Maybe we'll have some. Seattle Centre I have seen online when we've been flying around Canada at this time previously, so we might get some ATC. Although currently in America, in this area of America, it's like 6 AM, so we might not have any ATC. They're not awake at this time really, so maybe by the time I get to Portland we'll be lucky with some ATC, but right now, no ATC at all. Good, my voice sounds all normal on the recording, so cool. Let's get ourselves up to the runway. Now we're getting close to the runway. Landing lights on, runway turn offs on, taxi lights off. Everything all looks good up there. Check that, it's all good. All is good, so nice. Coming up to runway 34 now, so we'll go ahead and get ourselves straight on the runway. As I said, no need to alert Unicom. There's nothing in the area at all, whatsoever. Weather radar is on, TCAT is on, so all we need to do is pull up here at the runway, and then we can get out of here. It's nice scenery now. I've uprated the airport scenery a little bit. It does look pretty, I don't know, it looks really nice. At least today it does. It's nice having the uprated airport scenery. Right, we'll park ourselves up here at the runway. And parking brakes off. Clock can start and up to 40%. And toga. Power set. Airspeed is live. There's any knots. Nice sounding engines on this. V1. Rotate. Right, away we go. There's V2. Plane's pitching itself up well. And then we've got a turn over to LW. Passing 400 feet, radio altitude, on goes LNAV, and we can follow our flight director. The slight left turn now over to the LW, was it an NDB or a VOR, something like that. Apparently we are going to have some clouds about 6,000 feet, so I'll probably put in the autopilot before we reach 6,000. We're going to go and start pushing the plane's nose down now. Let ourselves gain the speed. And flaps 1 is set. Look at that nice departure. It's very cloudy here actually, a bit foggy. Right, and ease the plane down a little bit more. Flaps up. Oh, I didn't put the gear up. There we go. Gear's coming up as well. And we'll lock it as well. That was a bit of a oops from us. Almost left the gear out. There we go. Autopilot in now. Let this thing turn itself round itself. as we are about to enter the clouds. Gears in the lock position, all brakes off, runway turn-offs off, they're into the off position, and everything's all done. So, because there's no need for altimeters, we'll be on the altimeter the whole time, as we are not going above a transition altitude today. Do you set like standard pressure though when you're cruising? Maybe is that how it works? Like when you get to cruise, you put in standard pressure. I don't really know how it works. Right, we're coming up to 6,000 actually. We passed 6,000 ages ago. We haven't had any issues with clouds, although it does look like there you go, we're getting in the cloud. Are we going to be cruising inside the clouds? If we are, that would be pretty amazing. A bit odd. It's so weird to be cruising this low on a flight like this. I don't know why we're cruising so low, but you know that was invented by the game itself. You know, Simbrief decided to do that to us, so why not? It must have its reasons. Yeah, right now we are in the thick of this cloud. Look at it, look at us being bumped around. Right, and we're attracting the landing lights. So we've only got 6,000 left now, and then we're at like top of climb. But that's kind of nuts. It's quite odd. Right, we're passing 11,000 now. Plane's being bumped around a little bit, but not too bad. Right, we're starting to gain some speed now. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of odd that we're cruising this low, but whatever. This can go into 80 nautical mile range now. Like the Boeing recommended we cruise at 28,000, which is, you know, that's more suitable for a flight of this length. 16,000 is not really a suitable cruise level for a flight like this, but you know, I guess the game made up its mind about that. So yeah, do we go standard pressure at transition cruise altitude? Into 6. Okay, yeah, it's quite simple. It's literally like, by the sounds of it anyway, as long as we're below the transition altitude, it stays on the QNH. I don't exactly know when we swap over to Seattle QNH, which is obviously different to Kelowna QNH. What I'll do, I'll keep pressing B, because B resets it to what it currently is in the area. We'll just do that every now and then. Well, we're up at 16,000 now, so it didn't take us long. It's taken us like 6 minutes, and we've got, how long we're cruising now? I bet it's like ages. If it's more than 100 miles, this is silly. It's 150 miles. Why are we cruising so low? Okay, game. Well, I'll stick with it, but I think it's too low. Right, seatbelt signs can come off, as long as we don't get bounced around too much. This seems really silly. I mean, just saying. Okay, now we're up here then. Let's go ahead and... My sim just feels really loud today. I don't know why. Right, let's go ahead and check... where is it? Standard arrival routes. That's what I've already looked at. We want to look at our approach. So we're going to use 3-4 right ILS, I think, is the plan. So what's our minimums, first of all? So we're a Cat C aircraft. Minimums for everything is 572. So that's that sorted. That's our minimums set. Apparently it's 200 feet above Seattle. Okay, it's not totally. Landing altitude set is 450. And we'll set this as well. So 110.3. Get that pre-tuned. And 344 on the course. And then we'll tune the heading round to what we're currently at as well. Cool. Yeah, I have no idea why we're cruising this low. I do wonder. We're actually in the clouds. That's kind of how silly this is. We'll just ignore it. This plane also feels very loud. Not outside, but inside it definitely feels loud. Right, it all feels, I don't know, I was just testing the mic volume then. If I blow into the mic, it's sort of I can test, like, how loud the headphones are set. That's why I just muted the mic. But it's all good. So I don't know why this plane feels so loud. It's kind of weird, really. Yeah, I was listening back to my stream then and it was all fine, so it's quite odd. I don't know, oh, that's still on the engine page, there we go, we can get that back. Yeah, we're just sitting here, look, and we've got to be above 16,000, look, at Jackson. So it does confuse me a little bit, like, why are we sitting here at 16,000, like... Quite weird really, this cruise altitude, but I don't know, what did Active Sky said? Oh yeah, I forgot, I haven't got a plan filed in Active Sky. Never mind. But it is kind of quite weird. Right, we've got a ground chart open for Seattle now as well, so we'll have a look at that. We're going to come in on runway 34 right, probably vacate on Echo, Hotel, Kilo, somewhere like that. And we're going to head down to the ramp, the north ramp, I think, or the south ramp. We can head down to any of them. Have we got I don't think we have a docking chart, unfortunately. We only have an airfield chart, unfortunately. Oh well, it's better than nothing. Yeah, so we don't have a docking chart, so I can't tell individual gates. We're heading now up to Seattle. We're currently the only plane heading for Seattle. There was another one actually just departing. Oh, it's departing Munich. Never mind. That won't be there for about 10 hours, so that's not important. But it looks quite nice out here. We're getting quite good FPS today. I don't know why that is. I mean, we're in the middle of clouds and we're getting like 30 FPS. Which is really good for being in the middle of clouds. So it's pretty nuts. I don't know why. I guess my My flight sim's just in a good mood today or something, I don't know. Who knows? So we're here at 16,000, yes, it's kind of odd that we're cruising at 16,000. I've got to remember as well, after Heather, I'm going to have to take control of the plane with vectors. Because we couldn't have gone... Normally I just get rid of the vector, but we can't do that because of the fact that we have, like, basically it would mean a really sharp angle of attack onto our final approach, which I don't want to do. But I don't know how large is our final. So okay, we're on a 6.2 mile final. And it's a 12-mile final at Clues, which is where we're going to go direct from. So for now we're probably going to cruise until we get to Jackson, and then we'll descend after that. That's the only reason I can think of for cruising at 16,000. It's quite an old cruise actually, right? Press B, make sure the QNH is okay. But yeah, it's quite an old sort of flight this. And obviously we're only cruising at flight level 170 on the next one. Right, let's have a look at the conditions down in Seattle. They are still, you know, we're going to be using runway 34. QNH down there is 3048. So that's what we want planned when we start descending. We'll set it to 3048. Yeah, interesting. Quite interesting. Yeah, for now we're doing pretty well. Estimated block time on this journey is going to be 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'm not sure if that's that accurate. I don't think it is somehow. So we're not descending now for another 95 miles. It's just kind of silly this. But luckily, because of the high cost index and the headwind, we've still got a ground speed of 422 knots, which is actually very good. I mean, really, if it was a really low cost index, like 0, and we had a little bit of a headwind, we could get that speed up at, like, 360. So it's not too bad. I guess that's why we've got planned with a high cost index, maybe. The cost index on the second flight is going to be 42, okay? I don't know where Simbrief gets the optimum cost index from, it's quite random. Just like, here you go. So random. So random. We'll check our arrival now, make sure it's all working. Yeah, it's still 130. It's quite a high high landing speed. I don't know why, but we have got a pretty high landing speed going today. It's kind of odd cruising this low, like. It's like, hang on a minute, what's going on here? It's not normal. Right, so we're going to have to turn to the right here. I can see why we've got so many restrictions. It's because of the mountains. But yeah, we could have gone up to like easily 22,000 to 23,000 feet on this flight, so kind of weird why we're just sticking down here at 16,000, but whatever, I guess. If Simbrief wants us at that altitude, Simbrief wants us at that altitude, doesn't it? Right, we've done all the things on my descent checklist, so we can leave it. Right, what is the temperature down in Seattle as well? So we've got fairly cloudy, 7 degrees, pretty nice. And the weather is from 50 minutes ago. Okay, so we've got some a bit of maybe out of date weather, possibly. I don't know. As I thought, top of descent is just after Jackson. And once again, there's probably no point me announcing anything on Unicom, as there is nothing at all, again, on the ground at Seattle. Nothing, you know, approaching Seattle. It's quite weird. But that's how it is, I guess. Right, I'll put us down to 20 nautical mile range now. No, 40, sorry, not 20. Because we're going to start seeing our revival on it now. And we'll turn on the fasten seatbelt sign as soon as we start descending. Or maybe just before Glazer, because that's like, you know, I don't know, this place still feels quite loud. We'll leave it for now. It's okay on the stream, it's not in the red at all, so it's looking okay on the stream. Setting my mic volume pretty good. All fine. Plane this. I mean, I think it's their old livery, but it's quite a nice livery. It is kind of a shame it's their old one though. Like, it would be nice to have a new livery on it, but never mind. I'm not complaining, that's for certain. Such a weird flight this is, though. It's so odd, the fact that we're doing a flight like this. Right, I'm just going to check the META for Seattle, make sure that we haven't got anything else that's more current. Nope, it is hourly by the looks of it at Seattle then. Because the last weather update was at 11:53 Zulu, so it seems to be at 53, basically at 53 each hour. So the next one won't be until 12:53. Which is, well, 12:53 Zulu, which is about 14 minutes until the next weather. And that's obviously, there'll be a bit of delay on that, so it'll be more like 25 minutes by the time it actually gets pushed out to active sky. So is it interesting? Right, I'll probably turn on my seatbelt sign about 10 miles before Glazer, because that's when we start turning about. And we don't really want the passengers to be walking around then, so may as well turn it on a little bit early, about 15 miles, 10 miles out from Glazer. It's been quite nice cruising at this sort of level. I don't often do it, obviously. Because even on shorter flights, I remember like when we were in the 600, we did a really short flight from Edmonton down to Calgary, and it still gave us like a cruise altitude. Was it like 310 or something? I think it was 310, which is quite high because it was only a 200-mile flight, so same length as this flight. It's crazy. I think we did have some headwinds and things like that, and the reason the max the Boeing would allow us to go up to today was 28,000. Is the max that the Boeing would say yeah to. So, you know. So in about 10 miles we'll turn on the seatbelt signs, so ready for that, ready for our arrival into Seattle. As I said, no need to contact Unicom to say, oh look, this is what we're doing, because there's currently nothing in the area at all. Nothing in the area, so it doesn't really matter. Right, in 5 miles time, we'll go ahead and get our seatbelt signs on, then we'll turn right and head to Jackson, and then after that, we'll start descending. Remember, after Heather, we're going to go ahead and take control of the aircraft using vectors. So we'll do vectors like straight on this path, and then we'll turn right after that once we're alongside that waypoint. Right, there's 15 miles out. On goes the seatbelt signs. We'll go ahead and tune this now to the QNH in Seattle, which is 3048. So everything's all set up and ready for our arrival into Seattle Tacoma International Airport. It's got quite a long name, that. I don't know what the need is for the extra, like, the Tacoma. It must mean something, but I don't know what that is. And after that, obviously, we are heading to Portland International Airport. Portland as well, not busy at all, so there is currently a plane pre-filed in Seattle. It's pre-filed to go down to Portland. So we might get another person joining us down to Portland, I don't know. But they're going to be in a Dash 8 though, cruising at 15,000 if they do decide to connect at any point. We're going to go ahead and have a right turn here at Glazer now. Only 86 miles to go now. There we go. Nice turn round to the right. Nice, we get to see all this scenery close up now. We're definitely taking this as a thumbnail. I want to get the mountains in. There we go. That's a nice thumbnail right there. It's quite a sharp turn. We'll take us down to 20 nautical mile range now because we're basically on the arrival. In 20 miles time we will be hitting Jackson, where we're going to start descending shortly after. And we need to be below 14,000. We're going to take it to 12,000. That's where we need to be at Heather. So this can go down to 12,000 on there. Landing speed's still pretty high. Don't really know why that is. It just is, I guess. Nice look out there. So you can see there, just after Jackson, we're going to start descending. Obviously, I got it already plugged in there, 12,000. After Heather, we are going to take manual control of the aircraft. We've got to be above 4,000 at Clues. So I'll set us down to 4,000, and then we need to be down at 2,200 at Buck. No ATC or anything like that, nothing sort of active around Seattle as I said, so no problem there. But it's starting to slow down now. we're going to go ahead and descend in about 6 miles now. And this thing is also going to push itself down to 270 knots now for Jackson. I'll help it out there with some speed brakes. All brakes are going to be set to 2 for this arrival. Hopefully we can have a nice good landing in Seattle. The weather, as I said, is pretty calm. We haven't had a weather update, so we'll be using that runway to do it. Right, we're starting a turn now, and then we'll start our descent. We got down to 270 knots in time, although the plane said we wouldn't initially. There we go, successfully done that, down to 270 knots. We can start descending now down to 12,000. Which is our restriction at Heather, so it's going to be quite a little quick descent now down to 14,000, where we need to be below at Woody, and then from there it's going to be quite a slow descent down to 12,000. Plane keeps trying to get itself on course. We are now on course like that. There we go. Get it lined up. Get it lined up for after Heather, which is when we're going to need to take control of the aircraft in terms of its course, its heading. Now, how far apart is Heather and the arrival? Okay. So after Heather, we're going to turn like that. And then I want to vector us like that. Okay. Great. So yeah, for now, just down to 12,000 and then a little bit further after that. A very slow descent from the plane here, I suspect, as it tries to get the best possible descent down to 12,000. It's going to be very slow, as it's about a 15-mile journey to Heather now. Looks nice. We should see down there, there's 2 airports very close together. We've got Seattle, Tacoma, and Seattle Boeing Field, which is obviously where they make all of the Boeing planes. That looks like the main Seattle. I don't know where Boeing Field is. I'm pretty sure Boeing Field is modelled in this game. Is that might be it there? I don't know. Who knows? I'm not going to bother going looking around for it, but. Actually, that might not be Seattle. It's only got 3 runways. That's Seattle. Okay, that's Boeing Field then. That must be Boeing Field there, because that's Seattle. Look, I think there, because it's massive. We'll go ahead and unlock the gear, ready for our arrival. It's been a very slow descent this last little bit, obviously. Right, the weather in Seattle is now exactly an hour out of date. It hasn't been updated yet though, so I'll just leave it. Apparently it's heading of 163 after Heather, so that's what we're going to set, 163. That's what we'll take control of. So we'll get onto a heading of 163 all the way down, and then we'll vector it right round so we can get a nice angular approach on. PC for this. It's one thing I am saying. Right, this now can be set down to 4,000, which is our ILS altitude, 4,000 or above, look, so that's what I'll set it to from now. And then we need to line ourselves up with clues, which is not quite there yet. So we're passing on to the vector now. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into heading select mode. There we go, get it lines up with the course. 161 by the looks of it. This thing's still descending how it wants to, interestingly. Okay, that's what it chooses to do, I guess. We'll do a heading of 160. Get this into 10 nautical mile range now. Actually 20, because I can't really see the waypoint otherwise. It's saying drag required, okay. I don't know why it wants us to be this slow. Right, and landing lights can come on as well. Seatbelts are obviously already on. We turned them on just before we started our approach. Well, there's 10,000, so this thing's going to go ahead and slow itself down a little bit. I don't know why I want to slow down so slowly. I don't know, that's just the speed it wants to go. There's no restriction. However, the speed is getting away from us a little bit. Not the speed, the altitude. The speed's getting down pretty good now. I think that's Boeing Field there. And then that's Seattle there with the 3 runways. That's the runway we're using, or at least the runway we're planning. Although it doesn't, I mean, by this point we're going to stick to that runway, obviously, aren't we? Right, it's starting to slow this thing down now, so hopefully it can start descending properly again. Right, now it's slowed down, hopefully it'll continue its descent, this plane. Actually, I'll keep the speed brakes out to try and get us a bit of a quicker descent. As we are about 1,200 feet above what the plane thinks we should be at now. There you go, this thing's starting to kick up the descent rate now a little bit. Obviously we're not allowed below 4,000 yet, so we'll just wait until we're lined up with the approach and then we'll turn. It's about a 12-mile final from Clues and then a 6-mile final from Buck. So after Buck, that's where we'll take control of the aircraft fully. Obviously right now we do have heading control of it. And slowly we are catching back up with our descent path that we are meant to have. So we've just passed Buck. We want to be alongside Clues. So when we make that right turn, I'll get Clues armed on there so we can go direct to it once we pass this vector. Right, we're slowly catching up to our proper descent path now, finally. Right, we're almost alongside Clues. So I'm going to go direct to it now. Execute that. And now we're going to go ahead, this thing's going to manage it properly now. Go ahead and get rid of the speed brakes now. This thing can manage its own descent down. And it is now, hopefully, there you go, we'll turn it on to ALNAV mode now. And this thing's going to start getting us ready for arrival. Right, and we'll arm the approach. And we'll make sure we've got this frequency active. 110.3 at 344. Yes, everything is all ready to go then. I'll make sure I turn off approach first and then turn it back on. There we go. So it's now picking up the right frequency. Cool. Right, this is going to continuous then. And everything else is all ready to go basically. Just things like the flaps and all that now. Right, this can go down to 10 nautical mile range now. And we can set this down to 2,200, which is the final waypoint altitude. And then our go around altitude today is 5,000. Still slightly too high, but only by about 400 feet, so it's okay for now. To help us with that, let's go ahead and get flaps 2 in here. Start slowing ourselves down for approach. Down to 182 knots. We'll just check our approach speed is all accurate. Yes, it is. We are ready to start turning the plane now. After clues. We're about 800 feet too high, unfortunately, right now. Although we are now catching back up with it. We've just captured the localizer and the glide slope as well. Lovely, 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 lovely. Right, down to 170 knots for you. Catching back up to the glide slope now as well, so I'll go ahead and retract the speed brakes. But a bit of a quick descent there to get ourselves in line. Right, now we're on the glide slope. This can go to our go around altitude of 5,000. And everything else is all good. Yes, it all looks good up there, so we should be ready to get our approach sorted. We had any new weather through from Seattle. 040 altimeter 3047. Okay. Get that set. Temperature still 7 degrees. Cool. I should be able to see. Oh, why is there only 2 runways here at Seattle, not 3? There we go, that's what happens when you get old scenery, I guess. So we only have 2 runways, they're not 3. Never mind, there's no ATC anyway, so... Imagine that, only having 2 runways out of 3. It's called FSX scenery. Right, down to 138 knots. On spoiler for landing. And we'll go flaps 10, which is the highest amount of flaps we can go without extending the gear. Right, 6 miles out now, gear's going down. That'll help slow us down a lot as well. And flaps going full to slow us down properly. And we are all ready now to land. So that's coming out. And we'll let the yaw throttle handle it for now. Alright, in the Airbus you can just pull back on the throttle and it disconnects the throttle, but that doesn't seem to work in the Boeing. Because in real life that's what they often do. Oh, I forgot I took manual control of this aircraft there, just started diving a little bit there. I totally forgot I took manual control of it. Oops. Oops. So we only have 2 runways here in Seattle, that's interesting. Oh well. Luckily we're not using one of those non-existent runways, but... okay. Bit unfortunate that. Could have done with some new scenery there, maybe. On final right now, pretty good. So what I might do is just disconnect the auto throttle at the last minute if it doesn't disconnect. I don't know how they do it in real life. Because with the Airbus, when you pull back on the throttle, it's automatic. Because I've watched real life pilots do it, and that's what they do. But it's like, hang on a minute, how does that work? And obviously it's just easier to handle keeping the auto throttle on.
500.
Right, we're on course now for our arrival.
400. 300.
There's 300 feet. They go 2 white, 2 red on the pappies. Perfect. There's minimums. Continue.
50. 40. 30. 20.
And I just took manual control of throttles then because they didn't seem to do anything.
10.
Yeah, minus 233, not bad. Right, here we go. 70 knots, reverses in. No brakes or brakes off. Yeah, next time I'm taking out the throttles a bit earlier. Right. There we go, down go the speed brakes. There go the flaps. Stop the clock there. 44 minutes. That was 8 minutes quicker than planned. Pretty good. Hello and welcome everybody to Seattle. Flight time today 44 minutes. Oh, so that's just one of the 2 flights for today done there. Right, we'll taxi it to one of these stands that has a jetway. We'll taxi onto that stand there because it's got quite easy access. I don't know what stand it is, so I won't be able to get GSX's help with marshalling. We'll just use the other part of it for help, I guess. We'll use the yellow markings for help instead. Well, I won't take that stand because it's got a massive curve, like, on it. I'll take this one because it's a nice straightforward stand to get into. Right, slow it down. Decrease the throttle down now as well. And there we are, taxiing onto the ramp. Great. Oh, we're on that now, so go ahead and stop. Because that's what the jetways use as well. The jetways use that part of it. Right, there we go. Oh dear, I forgot. Right, those can come off. And totally forgot all that stuff you meant to do after takeoff. Right, no, not after takeoff, after landing. So we're going to need to wait for the... Actually, you know what? Forget the APU. Go straight onto ground power. Right. Off go the engines. Control J to get the jet bridge into action. Request deboarding. I don't know who I selected then. Probably selected, like... Which handling agent did I select? SkyWest Airlines. Okay. Yes, we're putting the Jetway GSX. They just take their time to die. Cool, there we are, guys, there we are. Down the ground in Seattle with a jet bridge attached to us. That's because we upgraded the scenery. Yeah, we only got 2 runways here rather than 3. That's a bit of a shame. Bit oops. It's not good.
Thank you.
Oh well. Anyway, now it's all finished with, we can turn off the parking brake as well. So that's today's flight all finished. We've got one more to do now. We've got one more, which is the flight down to Portland. So I'll go ahead and disconnect from Vatsim now, and I'm hoping if I pre-file this next flight, it should work. We'll set it so that we depart. Right, 13. So right now it's 13:10 Zulu, yeah. So we'll probably be off the ground at about 13:40. We'll say 13:45. Cruising altitude 17,000 feet. Yeah. All that's all good. All that's all ready. So file flight plan. And hopefully, if I connect to Vatsim now as Alaskan 2112. Fetch from server and it fetches the new one. Yeah, we had a bug with it last week when we did 2 flights. It didn't load the second flight, it loaded the first one. But we're all good now. We're all good now. So that means we're all good to go in terms of Vatsim. And I'll get the overlay done as well, actually. So wait a minute. There we go, we're all planned now, so go ahead and get back into the game. So quite a short flight this, you can see I've changed all the overlays, just about it really. I don't know, it's an opportunity to use this screen, it's a cool screen. Didn't realise I had it there, so, you know, while we're on flight planning, may as well leave that up. And yeah, we are ready to go now for our next flight. So we're going to go ahead and check this out then. So we'll do the fuel and all that first. We are taking 4735 on the fuel. Not much fuel at all actually. Right, make sure the fuel pumps are off as well. And the packs can stay off. And the electric, no, not them, can come off as well. So that's all ready. That's all ready in the sort of turnaround state, I guess you call it. Payload today we're gonna have, how many are we gonna have? 162 again. Great, with a 0 fuel weight of 58.6, believe it or not. So all this stays the same, which means we're all good to go on that front. Cool. Meaning we can just go ahead and start planning the flight. So we're going from Seattle to KPDX, Portland. Course line is Alaska 2112. We're planning to use runway 34 right once again. We're going to be taking the Seattle 7 departure today. And that goes to Seattle. So we're taking that to Seattle. And after that we're going direct to Buzo. And then from there What run were we planning down in Portland? We are planning 28 left. Is it in the 28s? Yes. No, it's 10 away and 8 away. So it's going to be the 28s for now. 28 left it is. And we are taking the Hounds 6 with the Buzo transition. Go ahead and activate that. Let's have a look at our route out today then. So we head out. Alright, what's going on here?
Bye.
What's going on here? So we oh, it's because it's a vector, that's why. Okay, forget the departure then. We'll head to Buzo. That's kind of a really silly arrival if you think about it. That's a silly departure. Right, 3-4 right. Seattle 7. It's a really silly departure. Right, and then after the vector. Okay, it's a bit old. We can't delete that second 840. Can I delete the first one? No, I can't delete it because it's like a put-in waypoint. And then we head to Seattle after that. Like that. But so it's a vector to Seattle, but unfortunately, because I've duplicated the departure now, I can't delete the 840s. Right, we're going to go ahead and go direct to Buzo then. We'll just forget. I'll have to vector it myself out, I think. So basically, we're going to take vectors to Buzo. And then it's the arrival. And we've got a silly vector again from BTG. Yeah, okay. That bit from BTG will go to Hannah. So I'll do that vector myself. It's quite easy to do myself, that vector. Alright, we should all be good then. Let's get everything plugged in here. Make sure, actually, let's get GSX boarded now. We've still got 162. Reserves will just say 2 again. Cost index is going to be 42. We looked at that earlier, didn't we? Yes, 42. Cruising today. Oh, cruise winds are going to be 318 at 15. See if that changes its mind. Okay, according to SimBrief, we can make 170. Our plane isn't particularly happy about that. It thinks that the ideal cruise altitude should be 15,000.
Morning.
And now it's saying 14,000 I put in the wind. Right, flaps 5 on takeoff. Trim is going to be 4.62 again.
How are you? I'm doing good.
We go 4.62 and 146.
Running the sea boarding cancel, please. Thank you.
Why is our LNAV and VNAV not working? That makes me a bit suspicious. Okay, flight directors off on both sides and then on, off like that. There we go. On the auto throttle, make sure everything's all ready to go. Looks it. Get that on. Get the EP on and ready to start. I didn't start the block time, Rip. It's 1 minute and 2 minus like 10, maybe so like about 52 minutes.
Running the sea
flight time should be about 35 minutes. Haven't we got to look at our departures? I'll get rid of Seattle's charts because it's not needed. Same with our arrival, really. What's our arrival saying in terms of restrictions? Slash 300 at Crater. And we're going to be above 10,000. That doesn't seem possible. Really? 300 knots at Crater? That seems really fast to be above 10,000. That doesn't seem right. Helms 6. Let's have a look. Crater under 300k. That says. Not at 300. Although these charts are they yeah, they're 2 years old, so they might be a bit out of date actually. Can't believe this. These charts, they're not accurate. Right, we have actually got 2 other planes on the ground here now. That's interesting. We have an Air Canada and something FBZ. I'm not sure what that is. I don't see them anywhere. Right, have they finished boarding? No, not boarding, sorry, finished baggage. No, they haven't even started, okay. Interesting. Right, that can go into map mode. So yeah, basically we head out of the runway and then do an immediate turn. It's a bit weird. I don't know, I'll just vector us accordingly, I guess.
I'm right next to her.
Actually, if I say direct Buzo, like that, and then put in our departure again, that should fix it. So 3-4 right. Why have takeoff speeds been deleted? Okay. That's kind of confusing, actually. Considering we didn't change our runway. It must just be like automatic that it does that. Well, there we go, they're going back in. That's weird, that is. Right, all brakes RTO. APU is off, packs are still off. We can go ahead and get the ground power off as well now we're on APU power. Get the parking brakes on as well, so we're all ready to go now. We're just waiting on the final bits from
I'm doing good.
GSX, really. They've almost finished boarding, so we're just going to have to wait on the bags though, because the bags are taking their time. Okay, one of them disconnected. There's still an Air Canada on the ground here. It hasn't currently got a flight plan. I can't see it. It's somewhere over here. Okay. So we'll let the bags get sorted on. Look at that. It's cool. Like so the people, the way they move the bags is really strange, actually. Okay, one of them Okay, we're all ready to go then. We're just going to go ahead and wait for GSX to finish with its boarding, and then we can get the back entry door shut. And they almost finished with the with the loading of the bags as well. Sounds like they finished boarding, because I can't hear the sounds of people getting on. So we'll close the back door. Seatbelt sign is still on from the previous flight, yeah. And we can also shut the back cargo door. And now the front cargo door as well. So that means boarding is basically complete. We want to push back to the left now. So we'll close the forward door. Jetway can go back.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback. Locking gear.
So we're all ready to go now, yes. That Air Canada currently has not got a flight plan loaded, so we're all good for that. There's currently one plane down the ground in Portland, and there's a few planes heading for Portland. However, they're not approaching for quite some time. Right, we're going to go ahead and go left.
Departure check.
We're going to go left,
Bypass
and then
pin
head
inserted.
straight down there to the runway.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Right, beacon light on, fuel pumps on, and everything else is all done, so engine 2 to the ground position. And we'll start our block time. I always forget to stop the block time though, so it's kind of pointless starting it, but never mind. Right, engine 2 on, engine 1 into ground position. We'll reset the checklist all the way back now. The TCAS never actually got turned off, so yeah, maybe we should have turned that off. Never mind. Right, introduce floor number 1. And flaps 1, 2, 5. Wait, I think that's at 10 then. There we go, back to 5. The gap between 5 and 10 is like non-existent. Right, that into the continuous position, and once this is ready, into the continuous position as well. There it is. So engine power on, APU off, packs into the auto position as well. And the engine position, the engine thing to go into there. Right, back and back into FMC. There we go, 133 miles to Portland apparently.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brakes are on.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Okay, we only set flaps 2, so we'll get 5, there we go. Okay, now we're going to check this. So, yes, 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 yes. Stabilizer trim, yes. Takeoff briefing, yes. Cabin, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And these 2 will do before lining up. Cool. And we'll reset the clock, make sure it's ready.
Unlocking gear.
Alnav was on and then it turned off. There we go, got Alnav back on now.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
The Air Canada still doesn't have a flight plan, so I have no idea where it's going as of yet. Alright, we're ready to start taxiing now, so just waiting on... What on earth? Is he...
Left is clear.
GSX sometimes just did like a... Just did a donut in a pushback tractor before reversing it away. Oh dear. I don't know, GSX does that sometimes. We'll ignore that. Have a good trip. Right, off we go then. Up to 40%, and then back down once we start moving. We go taxiing along now, and we're going to be up to 17,000. Then pretty much, you know, it is going to be straight up, straight down today. I don't know, like, where we're meant to turn on the vector exactly. We're meant to just head for our next waypoint, so kind of a bit weird. But I guess we'll just manually, we'll work it out somehow. And I think the approach needs to turn off as well. We'll detune that, make sure that we don't pick up anything old. There we go. Right, taxiing down here now. Nice and straightforward. Nice and straightforward. Yeah, the Air Canada on the ground here still hasn't got a flight plan, so oh, there you go, they've just disconnected actually, so who knows where they're going. There is currently an Alaska Airlines on the ground at Portland, heading to Las Vegas. We're going to Los Angeles, I think it is. LAX. LAX is Los Angeles, isn't it? Right, just quite a quick little turn here. So taxiing along here to check, do a quick vehicle check, make sure it's all good. Why is it okay? Our recall stayed on then. Right, up to 17,000 for that as well. Because that's the cruise altitude we're going at today. Right, coming up to the runway here, got nothing approaching at all, so we should all be good. So slow down, land lights on, runway turn-offs on. We never actually got the taxi lights on, so no need to turn them off because they're already off. We'll go turn onto the runway now and get ourselves out of here. It should be about a 35-minute flight, if that. So, quite a short one. And now, for the second time today, we'll go ahead and get ourselves parked up on the runway up to 40%. Stable and Toga. Airspeed live. A knots. We'll start the clock as well actually. There we go. V1.
V1.
Rotate.
V2.
Positive rate gear up. Don't want to forget putting the gear up this time like last time. Well, we've got L nav, we're waiting on the V nav for now. There we go, that's come alive. And we're going to have to start vectoring ourselves quite weirdly, I think. So we're going to straight onto the autopilot. Why is the plane beeping at us? Seriously, why is our plane beeping at us? Right, heading select now, round. Stop beeping at us, plane. Right, down to flap. Why are we getting a minimums warning? Seriously. There we go, that's better. And flaps coming in now. Lock the gear. These can go to the off position. No. And off go the runway turn-offs. And alt brake can go into standard position. Right, start turning ourselves round now. And we'll go direct to Bozo now. But Bozo, I don't know. And into ALNAV mode now as well. And we'll start climbing up to today's cruise altitude of 17,000 feet. There's now no planes on the ground in Portland because that plane just took off. So yeah, it's got Portland to ourselves as well. And we're immediately, literally, Buzo is the start of our arrival. I think we can reach our top of climb, yeah. This plane thinks we can. So here we are turning out of Seattle, heading to Portland. Make sure everything's all set up here. Yeah, all looks good. Got a plane up there. There's 3 planes actually following each other going to, they're going from Auckland up to Vancouver. Again, I suspect some friends. All their home bases are set in Denmark, so, no, not Denmark, what's it called, Netherlands. And there's 3 of them, so there must be, again, like a little friends event, something like that. We saw it flying to Palma last Saturday. We had like a massive group of people going from Palma to Gibraltar. It's not an official event. Right. Off go the landing lights. No clouds this time, which is quite nice, unlike the clouds we had earlier. Quite annoying. Like, passing 10,000 feet, we're going to gain some speed now. I don't think we're going to have very long at top of climb, are we? No. Not long at all. Not long at all. We've got no massive restrictions apart from crater, which is at 300 knots. However, our descent speed is 280 knots, so I'm going to select 280. I don't know how to get rid of the speed restriction. It just doesn't, like, it doesn't delete. Why put 000 slash invalid? Okay, we'll just select 280 because that's like quite close to our descent speed. That's a bit better. Helps slow us down a little bit easier. Right, passing 14,000 now, so we're very close to our sort of our cruise already. 110.5, yep, and 283 on the course. We got all that's all set up then, ready for landing, and the landing altitude is 50. And the wind is still sitting runway 34. A very calm wind again, like, you know, like we had in Seattle, really. It's very calm, very nice. Right, we're up at 17,000 now, so seatbelt signs can come off. QNH currently down in Portland is 3042, so that's what we're going to set once we are descending. How long we got at top of climb here, top of cruise? I don't think long. 38 miles, not bad. Not longer than I was expecting initially. And we'll just go ahead and check our minimums for Portland. Where is it? ILS runway 28. Are we 28 left or right? Left, okay. Is left the better one? Doesn't really matter. 28 left is the one closest. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter. They're actually surrounding the terminal. It's quite nice. So 28 left. Minimums are going to be 306. Which is 280 feet above sea level. Great. All good then. Getting ourselves down to Portland. We're going to be there about 50 minutes ahead of this flight from Frankfurt, which is the current, the next one to arrive after us. So it's absolutely fine then. It's going to be nice and empty when we get down to Portland. No ATC we haven't had today either. Oh well, it's because of the time of day, I think. I mean, in America it is, you know, I think the local time in Portland right now, I mean, it's like maybe 8 AM, is it? I think it's 8 AM. Oh, it's 6:40 actually. So it's 20 to 7 in the morning, very early. So it's not really the right time for them to be flight simming. So we haven't got very long up here at cruise, up at 17,000. It's a very short flight, this one, very short haul. Straight up, straight down. I did all that, yeah. Cool, we're all ready for landing now. We've already started our approach, like no, not our approach, our star. So we're going to go ahead and activate the seatbelt signs as soon as we start descending in about 20 miles. Actually, we're going to go ahead and set 10,000 feet, which is what we're going to be at Crater. And then after that, I'll set 2,900, which is what we're going to be at Hannah. And then it's 3 miles to Adam, and then 6 miles to the runway then on a 6-mile final. So we had a -233, I think it was, in Seattle, so hopefully we can get something a little bit better than that. Right now then, we are currently at 17,000 feet, descending about just over 10 miles. Today's stream we've had 7 playbacks, not bad. Could be a bit better, but as I said, I'm not fussy, am I? At all, doesn't really matter to us. I'm doing pretty good here, just sort of sitting up here at, well, our altitude. I'm just looking around now. I'm looking to, like, where is, because I'm pretty sure we are flying to Los Angeles, aren't we? No? So I'm trying to look now, where is... Okay, there's Los Angeles. I don't think we're flying to Los Angeles then. That's, like, too far away to be... I'll check now if we're flying to Los Angeles on my website. Right, we're approaching descent now as well, so that's interesting. Right, streams. Yeah, Los Angeles. Okay. We are flying to Los Angeles. That's interesting. Okay, I guess that's it's kind of odd actually. Right, see what's around on. So I was looking at the map, but it looks like quite a long distance from Portland down to it. But okay. I guess that's that, I guess. Doesn't really matter, it's just quite a long way. There's currently 5 planes on the ground down there right now, so it's obviously busy all times of the day then. It is a major airport. Right, we're passing 16,000 now, we've just started our descent. We'll get on to Portland QNH now, which is 3042. Ready for our arrival. Nice and sunny here in Portland, so we're okay. bit cloudy over there. No problem with clouds here though. Cool. So passing 15,000 now. We've got to be above 10,000 at Crater, and then after that we'll start descending a little bit more. So yeah, it's nuts though, we're already descending, we're only 13 minutes into the flight, so pretty crazy. Right, alt brakes are going to be set to 2 for arrival. Check everything's all ready now. Yeah, we all seem pretty good. I mean, the engine start switches, we may as well just kept in continuous given how close together these two. I don't know, I'm joking about that, but it's pretty nuts how close together this flight is really. It's a very short flight. I honestly didn't think that Seattle to Portland was this short a flight, but it's worked out pretty well for the length of the stream. So we're getting quite low now. Approaching 10,000, we're going to have to slow down below 250 knots. Right, passing 11,000 now. The seatbelts are on, yeah? Yeah, they are. Everything's all good there, everything's all ready for arrival. We're just passing Crater now. I'm going to go ahead and put in the speed brakes because we want to be slowing down now for 10,000 feet speed limit, and we'll get the line lights on as well. As I said, currently nothing approaching Portland, so no need to be on Unicom. And this can go down as well to 2,900. So we're going to start slowing down now. And we have 45 miles to go apparently. I don't think that's that accurate, because after obviously we have that vector in the way. Right, speed brakes can come in now. We're just passing 10,000 now. It's about 16 miles to BTG. We're going to make a left turn, and then the planes will head straight along this line, and then we'll get it to go direct to Hannah when ready. I'll get rid of our star chart now, I don't need that, or the ILS chart in fact. Right, coming up to 9,000 now. We'll pass 9,000. pretty good here. Just passing 9,000, approaching Portland. Just check all the weather and everything is all correct. Yeah, it is cool. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start descending. After BTG, slight left turn, and the right turn round to the ILS. As I said earlier, no traffic currently around Portland, so all good. And that's about it, really. Everything else is all set up for arrival. Apart from things like the start switches and all that, we'll get that turned on once we do our turn later on. We're doing quite a slow descent here, considering the plane wanted to keep us above 10,000 earlier. I don't know why we're doing a slow descent now, but I guess we just are. It's what the plane wants to do, so we'll let the plane do that. Right, current 7,000. We're going to go ahead and pass 7,000 now. There it is. It's quite nice, quite little fields down there. And we are coming up to BTG. I'll go around altitude today to have a look at that. Going altitude is 4,000 feet, so that's what we'll set once we're on the ILS and set up on the glide slope. I'm just going to go ahead and tune the active frequency here. So 110.5, yes. 110.5, yes. And yes. And 283, 283, 283. Yeah. All good. Landing speed is now 137. And we'll click on hammer there, get that ready. Once we're aligned with it. Starting to turn now. There's our airport there. Very big actually, Portland. We've got 3 runways. Yes, that's good. That means they all exist. We're using the longest one, that one there, I believe. 3-4 left. So we're going to head straight down here now into a level with Hannah, and we'll go ahead and get that tune in there. Passing 5,000 feet now. Been in the air 21 minutes, so about a 35-minute flight looks pretty good. Go ahead and unlock the gear ready for arrival. All brake selected 2. Everything's all ready to go. I'm passing below 4,000 feet now. We are slightly off course. I don't know why the plane's decided to do that, but it has. I'll go ahead and arm the speed brakes ready for arrival. And this time we will take control of the throttle a bit earlier. In the Airbus it works doing it earlier, but it doesn't work in the Boeing. Right, it's not time to start that right turn just yet, so we're just descending below 4,000 feet now. not quite level yet, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer. There's a little altitude horn telling us we're getting, you know, pretty close to that, to what we set in there. So I'll go ahead and activate the Hannah waypoint now, activate that, and that'll get us on approach, turn on approach as well, in case the plane wants to activate the localizer. This can come down to 10 nautical mile range now. And this can go down to 2,000. Approach is armed and ready as well, so go ahead and get down to flaps 2. We're ready for arrival. We've got no planes at all in the area, so we're all good. Nuts. We've been in the air like 24 minutes. Like, it's such a short flight, this one. And we're in the A320 on Saturday, flying down to Oslo from Heathrow. That should be interesting. And then on Sunday, we're back in the 737-800 with Delta, flying out of Portland, where we're landing now, into Los Angeles. Apparently, that might be a bit of a long flight, though. I honestly thought. I'll check now. Actually, on. It's a website called Fuel Planner. It gets you like the direct distance between two airports. So, KPDX to LAX. Oh no, I remember checking. It's 700 miles, which is fine. It's 725 miles, which is fine. So kind of odd. It looks further than that on the map. It'll be a fairly long flight, right? Flaps 5. Right, this is going to continuous now. And everything else is ready, actually, I think. Yeah, apart from obviously the flaps and the landing gear. And now we've got the glide slope. This can go down to 137, which is our reference speed today, yes. And we are on a 6 mile final now, cool. This can go up to our go-around altitude of 4,000. This is going to start harmonious again, the minimum's warning. I wish it wouldn't do that. Please stop. Right, gear down. And flaps set to 10 while we still slow down. And then flaps full. And autopilot out. Auto throttle out. So obviously I can't trust the plane to do the throttles obviously after last time, so I'm going to do it. But we'll just idle the plane for now, let it slow down, as we're still a little bit quick.
1,000.
Try and get ourselves back on course now. There we go. We've slowed down to the correct speed now, about 137 knots. Give it a bit more power now. We're going to go ahead and vacate to the right once we've landed, by the way.
500.
There's 400. There's minimums. Continue.
200.
There's 100.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10,
Oh, minus 145. Not bad. That's like 5 FPM off the perfect butter. Right, reverse is out. And 70 knots, reverse is coming in. And manual brakes, auto brakes off. Go ahead and vacate to the right here. Flight time just 28 minutes. That was a wonderful landing, that was. Minus 145. Right, off goes the landing lights. On goes the APU. On goes the off position. And here we are, guys. Welcome to Portland, everybody. Yeah, flight time just 28 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all. So here we are, guys. Welcome to Portland. As I said, flight time 28 minutes. Lovely landing. 5 FPM off the perfect butter, that. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right, trim back to the 0 position. And we'll taxi into this gate here. Give it a bit too much power there, I think. Right, there we go. Taxiing down the gate now, get the jetway connected. It's nice now I'm using the higher scenery settings. I discovered this like when I was flying on my other PC. I was like, hang on a minute. GSX says there's jetways and there aren't. So I thought, hang on a minute, what happens if I turn up the scenery complexity? And boom, all the jetways spawned in. So there we go. I don't know why we're getting jetways at some airports before though, but I guess that's just how it is, isn't it? And here we are, guys. Welcome to Portland. Right, on goes the APU power. Off goes engine 1, off goes engine 2, off go the packs and all that stuff. Because we're going to be shutting down the aircraft anyway, so we don't really need it. Cool, right, Control J to get the jetway connected up. Ground connections, going to go ahead and get ground power and wheel chocks on. So on goes that power, off goes the APU. And let's get GSX started on deballsing us. We're going to use Alaska Airlines, obviously, as our handling operator. I think Portland is a base for Alaska. They don't think they fly in that. They might do the Kelowna route as well, but I mainly flew Alaska because they had a base here. Like they did the flight from Seattle down to Kelowna. Right, there we go. Open the cargo doors. And yeah, let's get this all set back now. To what it spawned in as. Right, off goes the flight directors. Off go the beacon lights. Off go the fuel pump. It's very quiet now, this plane. It's not making a sound now. It's interesting. All this is off. Go ahead and turn off. Yes, GSX, you can stop your moaning. We're getting the doors open. There we go. And hello and welcome everybody to Portland. Block time. Go ahead and stop that now. 39 minutes. Not bad. Reset that. Reset that. Go ahead and disconnect ourselves from Vatsim. No, the TCAS needs to come off as well. I always forget to turn that off. And the weather radar can come off as well. And there we go. Everybody, hello and welcome everyone to a lovely Portland International Airport where we had the perfect butter. Pretty much anyway from the 5 FPM off the perfect butter coming in here today. Absolutely lovely. It's a nice livery, this. I know it's the old Alaska liveries. As I say, it's the only one available on PMDG's Operations Centre, like, livery library. And I thought, you know, searching the web for one is always a pain. Trying to get it to work, you know, seeing if the textures are going to be okay. If it's one that's been made by PMDG themselves, you know, and all I have to do is click install and it's there, nice and easy, nice and simple, it's going to work. And it's actually quite a nice livery as well. The tail part of the livery is the same. I think it's this main bit here that's changed. I'm positive it looks different than that. I don't know whether some of them have newer liveries. Like, I'm not sure how many of them maybe still have the old livery, I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. As you can see from my website though, the actual Alaska Airlines livery, I'm pretty sure the picture I uploaded on my... Yeah, that's the livery on here. That's the livery you've got here. So it is a different livery, but it still looks pretty nice, so I'm not complaining. But anyway guys, thank you for watching. Hello and welcome everyone to Portland.
Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
After our 2 flights. Today I've taken us here. Join me if you want to see the US flying. Join me on Sunday morning, 8:30 AM BST time. I'll be flying from here in Portland down to Los Angeles. Should be quite interesting. That we might get actually Los Angeles Center just came online right now. So if we get lucky with ATC again, that'd be nice. We didn't get any ATC today, unfortunately, but it'd be nice to get some on Sunday. And also Saturday we're definitely going to have some ATC. Fly from Heathrow up to Oslo. There is a Vatsim event on in Oslo, so we're guaranteed to get ATC now in Oslo. Hopefully we'll get some from London Centre or Heathrow as well, as they are often online. But anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed today's flight. I certainly did. We had 2 great... Well, the first landing was pretty average, but the second one was great. That's very nice. It was a butter. The second one, 5 FPM under the perfect butter. Should note that. It was softer than the perfect butter. So we're pretty good. -145, so... nice and smooth for all those passengers. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed today's stream. I certainly enjoyed doing it today. As I said, be sure to tune in for the streams, both of which... oh, rip. Little sneeze. Yeah, be sure to tune in for both weekend streams this week. We should have, hopefully, tons of ATC on Saturday, and if we're lucky, ATC on Sunday. Although I don't know, but obviously on Sunday... it should be fun. In the 737, flying Delta. I haven't flown Delta on this channel for quite some time, so should be interesting. And the hop over to Oslo from Heathrow is done. We're going to say a Fly UK A320. So we haven't flown the A320 in like 2 weeks. I don't think it wasn't last week. We did Bologna to Athens. That was 2 weeks ago, weren't it? Because last week I think we mainly flew the 787. Actually, we only flew the 787. Last week, so that should be interesting. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.